another episode of Fika for Life. My name is Edward Thomas, and my co-host is
Linh. Hello.
Hey, Lynn. Welcome back.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you're sitting in front of me, so it's not like I didn't know you were here, but
Okay. Today is today.
Today is another day. Another day.
I'm gonna share
Yes.
my nemesis.
Nay. Wait, and the names have been changed to protect the innocent, just so you know.
Who's innocent?
Well, he's
No,
not.
ain't nobody innocent in this one.
We're about to spill some dirt.
Some piece- Hey,
Okay.
literally.
Oh,
dirt.
exactly. There is dirt involved in this story. So
Okay.
somewhere in our city, there's a person living on the bottom floor of a place of residence.
Yes.
And one day, what
Yes.
happened?
One day, I was cleaning.
Not you, but someone was cleaning.
I was cleaning the balcony, or I was moving things
Someone
around.
was allegedly cleaning the balcony.
Moving things around.
Yes.
And I didn't know that there was water in one of the flower pots.
Wow.
So they were all stacked together, and there was water in the bottom one, or
Yeah.
in one of the ones.
Somewhere in
Yeah,
the flower
bottom.
pot there was water. Yeah.
And I moved it, and it happened to spill down
Oh, no.
to the downstairs neighbor.
Wow.
That downstairs neighbor, unfortunately,
Yes.
was down there when it happened.
Down where?
Down, just right downstairs.
I know
when,
it's just an ambiguous question.
when that dirty earth water dribbled down
So did
from
it-
my
wait.
balcony.
So did it dribble, or did it like a geyser? Or, I mean,
Was it a
Was it-
geyser?
was it like
flood?
was it like a rapids? I mean, how did it really move?
Anyway, it spilled on him.
Yes.
I think he was sunbathing, maybe.
Oh,
I'm not very sure.
well, of course,
Of course.
because that's what Swedes do here. As soon as it gets above
But this
10
person was
degrees
not
Fahrenheit.
really Swedish.
so they're like
But
the
I
fake
guess
Swedish.
I guess this person
Wannabe.
has adapted to Swedish culture
So
a lot.
this is a wannabe Swede.
Just like me.
I don't want to be. I am Swedish.
So,
Okay.
unfortunately, the week before,
Yeah.
my son already poured some water down, but it wasn't on that neighbor, but just on the balcony.
Yeah.
And he got really upset. He's like, oh, I have to clean after you. So, when it happened, when I just accidentally moved that stuff and it fell down, and I was immediately like, oh, I'm so sorry. It was not my intention, and I'm really sorry. Like, I didn't know there was water in
Yeah.
the flower pot, blah, blah. Because I was really sorry.
Yeah.
Because I knew, like,
You
oh,
already
that's
knew.
not pleasant.
You're
It's
about to
not
get it.
pleasant. It's not pleasant.
Yeah.
Anyway, this person just gets up screaming, like, making such a scene. It was so embarrassing. Like, because there were
Wow.
other neighbors also
Yeah.
outside.
Ooh,
and he
wow.
was screaming and really not letting it go for at least 20, 30 minutes. Like,
Really?
walking around that place just, oh, it happened. Oh, it's the third time this week. Oh, I have to clean this up. And I said, like,
I would have
well,
gotten some pee and poured it down there. So how about you like that? Is that better?
and I was like, well, I can come down and clean it up. You can't just leave it. I can't clean it. He said, it's not about that. Like, he got really upset. And then he swore
No, not in front of the kids.
at me and my kids. And I'm
Oh,
like,
you know, Lynn.
ooh. If
I'm waiting for Ghetto Lynn to come out right now and go downstairs and it's time somebody's
and then
getting slapped.
I tried to not get too upset, and I was just like mumbling to myself, if you don't like it here, why don't you move?
oh my, Lynn! Oh my gosh!
But I was mumbling it to myself. Anyway,
And he
that
heard it.
happened. That happened like a couple of months ago, probably
Yeah.
months ago.
Okay.
Well, now it was really hot again, and it happened that my Swedish husband, Jonas, was watering the plants on the balcony.
Let me guess.
And those neighbors have asked us to only water our plants on our balcony in the morning or late in the evening.
Why?
Because during the day, they might be sitting there sunbathing, and then they would get the water all over themselves. Because I'm like, yeah, because you own the earth, I guess.
See, we would have a problem. I'd have to go downstairs already and slap somebody.
You
or
know,
something.
so, I mean,
Yeah.
as Swedish as my husband is, he's like, okay, yeah, we can make
course.
this accommodation, whatever. But that was when we just move in.
Right.
moved in. But now it happened that water was running out down again because my son again he did pour some water out, or he happened to pour some water out. But this time, this man, he did not get a freak show crazy outbreak, but instead my husband's like, oh, I'm so really sorry, my son, you know how kids are, and he was like, oh yeah, it's fine, but you know, I mean, this happened before, and this, like, I almost exploded when, like, I could hear how my neighbor talked to Jonas, and I almost exploded when Jonas told me, like, I almost ripped Jonas' head off. So apparently that neighbor said to Jonas, like, yeah, you know, some time ago this happened also, and I know I'm really not an evil person or something, but you
that's
know.
When you know. That's wait. Okay, let me interrupt you right there. Whenever someone has to quantify their statement, you know, I'm not really an evil person. Like, you know, they are evil.
I'm
okay.
like, oh, well, and then this person. Oh my God, the audacity. I'm like, so he was complaining to my husband, who wasn't even there when the incident with me happened.
Of course not.
No, he wasn't there. So he was like, oh, you know, since the incident, you know, your wife, she just stopped, like, saying hi to me and like having any, like,
Lynn, you're so mean.
She's not saying hi to me anymore. And I just don't understand why. And I just want to be like, normal neighborhood, you know. Oh my gosh. And Jonas,
if you guys can see Lynn right now, the horns are coming out of her head along with the steam. She's about to kill someone. I'm gonna leave. I'll come back in 20 minutes when it's over.
Down. So Jonas, I could hear Jonas, like, yeah, I'll talk to him. Like, it's fine, I talk to him, to her, blah, blah, blah. So then I'm like, what do you want? Like, I asked Jonas, what do you want? What do you want? And then Jonas was telling me, yeah, you know, he just said, like, yeah, you stopped saying hi to him. I'm like,
okay. Let us investigate. Lynn, when was the last time you said hello to this person?
Before that incident. Yeah. And then every single time I've met him, I avoided eye contact. I put my headphones on. I looked at my phone. I'm just really busy, so I don't have time to say hi to this person. Because...
You ghosted them.
Because that person... Yeah. I mean, I apologize for pouring water on him. Right. Of course, I admitted that I did wrong. I was sorry. Yes. His reaction was exaggerated, okay? It's not like I destroyed something. It's like, it's dirty water. You just go, you were only in your bathing shorts because you were sunburned. You could just go in, have a quick shower, and go out and continue whatever you want to do.
Like, what if he's afraid of, like, you know, bugs? Dirt. No, like, some people are afraid of germs. They're afraid of, like, you know, viruses and bacteria and stuff.
But my problem is that...
So maybe that's why he overreacted. It was his phobia. He was like,
yeah, but he's like a man in your age. And he...
That young?
He complained to my husband, who has nothing to do with this.
But
nothing at all.
Well, Lynn,
and
I always complain to you and us about you.
And paints himself as a victim of my unfair treatment of this poor man who is not an evil person. And I just get, like, crazy because, like, dude, if it was really so important for me to say hello to you, why don't you say hello to me first? Because he ain't done that.
Ooh.
He ain't done that.
You hear this, people. You hear this.
He was just as ignoring to me as I was to him. So I'm like, okay, if it was really that important to you that I would say hello to you, but why wouldn't you say hello to me?
Because ladies first.
No. And I was like, if he would have been really interested about like having a decent relationship with your neighbor, he maybe would have said a word like, you know, I just had a bad day, or maybe I overreacted, or
I just hate your guts. Let's be friendly to each other. You know?
Yeah, and then I told Jonas, like, you know, I can start to say hi to him, but it will not be honest.
Wow.
I was like,
wow, fake goodness.
No,
fake goodness. Yeah.
No.
Wait. If you're gonna be nice to him, but
I won't.
Fake goodness.
No, I will not fake goodness because I don't have it in me.
Yes, I know you don't. But
I don't have it in me.
That's
like,
true.
if there's like this man, and this kind of behavior, I told you this is high stake manipulation.
Wow.
Because he puts himself into the victim role.
Right.
Like, oh, poor me. Why wouldn't she say hi to me anymore? And I'm not an evil person.
Is he married?
Yeah. Or at least he's living with a woman.
Oh, well, we don't know
should
what
go
that's
talk to a
about.
woman.
Exactly. I think you should go out and say, oh, excuse me, like I know like you're a guy. He's talking to my husband a couple of days ago, and sometimes you know how these guys get together and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, you can zap him. I'm on your bad side, Lynn. I'm like,
no, but
man, get even. And then the good side says, no, that's not what Jesus wants you to do. Man,
I was wondering
revenge.
what Jesus would have done, because I'm like,
he would have said, Lynn.
Yeah, what would he say?
When someone persecutes you,
is that persecution?
Pray for them. Bless them. That's what
prayed
Jesus
for him.
would say.
I've prayed for him.
Really?
But I ain't going to be like...
But Jesus says, bless those who treat you badly.
Well, I prayed for him.
Yeah, but you didn't bless him.
Well, I tried to bless him with water and he didn't like it.
You have to go downstairs to his door and you have to say, excuse me, since I'm a Christian, I've got some oil here. Let me just anoint you.
Let me pour this over your head. It's still cooking.
See, as you all hear, Lynn is still, and this is a funny thing, Lynn is fuming, like there's smoke coming up here, but her son is just like resting. He's like,
he liked that.
He's like, I like it when it's hot like this. Yeah.
And yeah, wow, that guy.
Okay, so
but the thing is,
would you give him one of your lungs if he needed a lung?
No.
Kidney?
No.
Toenail?
No.
Oh, you wouldn't sacrifice your toenail for him? No. He might need a toenail replacement.
Jesus already died for him. If he doesn't accept it, I'm like, I can't help him.
Wow. Wow. You hear the compassion just rolling off your lips like swords. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, the Bible says you should not be doormat. I ain't no doormat.
Where does it say that in the Bible?
It's in the Gospel of Edward Thomas.
Exactly. And thou shalt not be a doormat to thy neighbor. But rise up against thy neighbor and smite them.
What I was thinking about, it says you should love your neighbor as yourself. And I was thinking, if I would have been there, yeah, I think it would be fair to be treated like that from my neighbor, because I would have felt like, okay, if I really wanted that person to be nice to me again, I would have gone and apologized. And I would have to learn to humble myself and acknowledge, like, maybe I was a bit too much. Let me go and fix it.
But Lynn, you and your family, you guys have been terrorizing this guy with water. And just as your friend.
Terrorizing this guy. Like it happens once every 3 months.
You hear this? An admission of guilt. Once every 3 months. The family liaison is like, what can we do now with the water? Let's throw it on the balcony and see if it lands somewhere. Look, it landed on the same guy again. Let's write that up. We'll make an experiment. If it happens like 30 or 40 more times, then let's make it into hypothesis. A game.
Hey, you missed it. Try again.
Okay, everybody, put your bets in. I can't put my lunch money in. Okay, let's pour the water on and see if it hits them this time.
But you mean, this thing is not the only thing, because the other day, before that happened, the other day, he was, he went out. So it happened several times that when I came down the stairs and he was about to get out, he would back in again. He had opened the door and he would go back. I'd be afraid of you too.
I think he might slap him. He's like, I heard Lynn slaps hard. Oh, she's coming. He backs in.
Like, how pathetic is this? And then
because he's giving you an opportunity to first calm down before you come and seek his forgiveness.
And then the other time, I had guests over, and we were just dealing with the strollers downstairs, just outside where he lives, but he could still pass by. And he was so fuming. Well, I don't know why he was upset, and he went out, and even my guest was like, "Whoa, he was really bad. Like, is he in a really bad, or like, is there something going on with this guy? Because he's really trevlig.
He needs some pills."
And then also when my parents-in-law were here, we had 3 strollers standing downstairs there.
Oh my gosh!
For like
You
5
know something's going
days.
to happen.
For like 5 days or something.
Yeah.
And they were away and they just came back and they could complain to my parents-in-law. They're like, why are there so many strollers here? And you're not even supposed to have any here. And who's that stroller? And it was the downstairs neighbor, like the other downstairs neighbor's stroller. And that person was like, I'm going to throw this out. And then my mother-in-law, she's like, well, it's not ours. So I'm like, and then when my mother-in-law, she told me, I'm like, yeah, throw it out so I can see some fight between those two neighbors. Because I'm like, why would you threaten to throw somebody's stroller out when the person you're talking to, they're just saying it's not ours. So
because he's fed up.
So I'm like,
of the terror
of the
water dropping his head like some kind of torture device. Boop, boop, boop,
I think it's really strange that they don't come. They don't dare to talk to me.
Obviously not. Because they talk to everyone else around you.
Yeah, and I'm like, I ain't not playing that game. It's a manipulation game. I'm not playing that game. Like, you have a problem, you better come to me. I'm not playing that game. I'm like,
Mama, don't play that mess.
No. I won't. I'm like,
You know what's so funny, Lynn? Like, when people listen to you, they're like, that woman's hard.
I'm not hard.
I know, you're like a big marshmallow. But there's like
you the marshmallow
with like spikes on it and stuff. It was like can't really swallow it, but it's still
I'm
marshmallow.
A hedgehog.
Exactly. Ooh, that's really good.
I look cute. Like if you leave me alone, I'm cute. You can admire me from afar.
Until.
But if you get too close and you bother me,
I know it's like you're like sort of like a cross between a hedgehog and a porcupine.
I can shoot too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe a little skunk too. Just throw a little smell in there, about right in the face. You like that? See, you're laughing because you're just imagining if you were a skunk, you'd go downstairs to your neighbors, like he opens the door, like, who's there? You're just like,
you don't know how much energy I had on revenge thoughts after he embarrassed me in front of all the other neighbors who were just outside enjoying their sunbathing.
But that's the thing though. You felt like he embarrassed you.
Yeah,
and
of course.
And for some reason, you became the doormat. This is not the Lynn that I know.
How am I the doormat?
The Lynn that I know would have gone down there and kicked his butt when he walked right down the stairs and said, "Listen here, you don't know me right now. I'm about to explode all over you." He was like peeing on himself. He's like,
no. That guy is not like a sweet person.
He would be in front of you.
No.
Has he seen your wrath?
He hasn't seen my wrath. That's why he's avoiding me.
That's why, because if he saw it.
I think my mom said hi to him, and she said that he said hi back.
Wow.
And I'm like, good for you. And I mean, he's still somewhat interacting with my kitties, and I'm like, you can do that, whatever. And he's interacting with my husband. I'm like, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But he don't dare interact with me because, I'm no door. No.
You don't think you're a doormat?
No.
I think she's a doormat.
No. I'm like, no.
Okay, if you say so, Lynn. Sorry, don't hit me. Smack. Lynn, stop beating me.
But, I mean, that's a good... I want everyone who listens to this to, like, have an idea of drawing a line.
They don't want to live downstairs. They don't live under you.
Drawing a line when people try to manipulate you. Because I'm like, if it was really a big deal, why don't you come talk to me?
I don't know.
Why would you go to a person who was not involved?
Something about your attitude scares me. I just don't
know.
I don't
then
feel
maybe you have to serve the wrath.
And now she's giving me the dragon eye right now. I'm like, man, it's so hot here. Oh, somebody please call the police and save me.
No, I think that when I was younger, I mean, I fell for all kinds of manipulation. I'm like feeling guilty for stuff. I'm like, no.
Oh, I wish I had known you then.
No.
That would have just been so fun. Okay.
I'm like, no. And I told this to 2 other people. They're like, they were like, oh, going to my ass. I'm going to talk to this person. I'm like,
wow.
Their words, not mine.
Wow.
And like, my mom was also like, She's like, ain't not happening.
See, 'cause that's what you get it from. You get it from Mama Nguyen. She's like,
yeah, but my mom's even worse. So I'm like,
but your mom's like such a sweetie pie. I cannot even imagine your mom ever getting angry. Not dragging angry either. I'm just like, no, I think your mom, she'd be like, oh, that wasn't very nice. Try to do better next time. I'm like, okay.
Sometime I'll tell you the story when we lived above Nazis and they were threatening me or something, and my mom came down with some knife. And it ended up in court.
Wow, really?
Yep. So I'll tell you about that some other time.
Wow.
But I won't go down to my neighbor and threaten him with a knife because I learned it the hard way.
Your mom, she's like, hey, listen, you mess with my daughter, I'm about to cut you.
Yeah, basically.
I'm going to stick you, and then I'm going to cut you. It's just like...
Oh, so bad. It's so bad.
Give you some scarification for
so
life.
So what do you think? I think I just let this person be miserable.
Wanting to be more like Jesus, Lynn?
No.
I would have... See, I know you don't. That's mistake number one. No. No, I would actually go down and I was like... So my neighbor's downstairs. I would just be upstairs talking on the phone. You know what happened? My neighbor, like not really talking on the phone, but just talking down so they can hear it. My neighbor, like exposed water, and it was like such an accident, but he made such a big deal about it. I feel really bad because I feel like I can't really talk to him anymore because he exploded so much. It actually makes me feel like threatened. It makes me feel really bad.
Well, that's a lie. So Jesus told you to lie?
Not a lie.
It is a lie.
No.
It is such a lie.
It is a possibility that you might have felt that way.
No, not at all.
It's a stretch.
And one night, I don't know what happened between those two partners down there, but he had such a rage outbreak. Like it was really long too.
Really?
And he was like screaming, and I was thinking it seems like he has a problem.
Let's say so for right now, because I'm still within reach of you slapping me. So I just
I will not slap anyone.
I want to be.
I won't slap my kids.
Social services? That was just a joke. Shh, you can go to jail for that.
Yeah, it's nice there. Free rent.
Oh, that's true. In Sweden,
someone cooking your food. Hey.
I wonder what does prison food in Sweden tastes like. I think one day we should go to prison.
Maybe like airplane food.
Probably in Sweden.
I wonder if it's cooked by the inmates or not. Like in America.
Would you like champagne or would you like wine with that?
Hey, it's economy, okay? It's not first class.
Economy? At least you get like beer and wine. Beer or wine, I mean.
And some cookies and snacks for a short flight.
Peanuts.
No, there are no peanuts no more.
And I know that's right, because all the allergic people. Where do they come from?
Try to kill someone.
But I remember when I was growing up, this is another just sidetrack. But growing up in the States, I remember always whenever I got on a plane ride, I was so looking forward to the smoked house almonds.
Almonds?
Yeah,
okay.
they're like really smoky. They're so good. And you can only get them on the flight.
That's probably why people have cancer now, because they ate too much of those smoked almonds.
It's like smoked with DDT. It's like, yeah, it's like really, I mean, it's a little tingly in my mouth, but I guess that's how it's supposed to be,
Okay, so you said, what should the neighbor do?
Well, if I was the neighbor, I would go upstairs.
Down your knees and
I would go
pray.
upstairs and say, oh, Lynn, oh, great mistress, please do not curse me anymore. I'm sorry.
Curse?
And then you would have okay, I'll take the curse off you. Maybe. Okay. No, but I think if I was you, I think I would just...
ignore it. Let it go.
No. Well, see... Okay.
Ming Liu, he was
okay,
saying, Lynn, let it go. I'm like, I already
No,
let it go.
because I know that one day my neighbor complained. So when I first moved to our house, the neighbor across the way, I put up my Christmas lights, and I like lights that blink.
Light.
And she's like, you can get epilepsy from the blinking lights. And I'm like, do you have epilepsy? No. I'm like, huh?
So
and
what's the problem?
And then she said, well, in Sweden. And I was like,
oh no. No, the immigrant card.
Oh, I was cooked up. And I said, really? I know a lot of people in Sweden who have different colored lights. I guess that when you say that is because you mean like you and the people like you who don't look like me. And so therefore...
Did you say that?
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about rocking the boat.
And I'm like, we don't really want to call it what it is, but let's just say that maybe you're just not comfortable with people who look like me.
Oh,
and then she just shut up and she just went back. And then I told her then, I'm like, so I bought these extra lights. They can blink in color. I put them up on the house. She's like, Edward. And then she made me take them down. She's like, Edward, is that really what Jesus would do? I'm like,
ooh, you're not believing what I
know.
was
She
burning
pulled a
you.
Jesus card. I was like, I had to take him down. I was like, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Fine. To take him down. So I can't really say like anything.
You did anything appropriate.
I guess I could have turned around and said, well, I'm really sorry that you feel this way.
But I still have him.
Jesus loves you. Maybe. And but I
Jesus loves you, so I don't need to.
Exactly. Be satisfied. You got God's love because you ain't getting no love from me. No. Scrub, no. No, I don't want your number.
It's a really old song. If you guys are really young, you can look it up. Was it TLC?
TLC, yeah.
Scrubs.
Yeah. So you have to, all you young people out there who listen to our pod, you need to Google that. Because if you don't know who TLC is, you're really bad.
It's really
pathetic.
sad.
I know. They were like so cool. I love them. And they were short. So I always felt like a giant around them. But anyway,
Okay.
no, but I think that like I don't have a problem with my neighbors being upset, but when it seems inappropriate, when it's out of proportion.
Yeah,
Then I
that's
feel
also
like I need to like, and then like if my neighbor's like being all fluffy with me, and then like really polite to my wife, I'd be like, then I'd go there and say, so I know my wife is from Sweden, and so I know that you have this really great conversation with her, but you don't seem to have those kind of conversations with me. I just want to know, do you have a problem with black people? Or do I say, do you have a problem with immigrants? Do you have a problem with immigrant Christians?
But this person is an immigrant himself. That's what I don't get.
We're living in 2022. There are immigrants out there who are self-haters. Let me tell you. They're like, no, I'm really Swedish.
Hey, maybe he hates women.
That's why he's nice to your husband. He's not nice to you.
Yeah,
like,
he screams at his woman and make all the big thing.
Or
Like,
does he scream at his man?
I don't know.
Oh, see? You don't know because
I'm
he's
like,
nice to his man. But that might be so a lot of men don't have any respect for women. He's probably thinking in his head, you dumb woman. I can't believe it. You put water all over me. Let me go yell at you. That's what I do to my woman. And
Yeah.
she shuts up. Maybe you'll shut up, So he comes to you and he's like, oh, she don't shut up. She don't take my crap.
Oh, no.
What am I supposed to do?
Well, I wonder how this develops, though. I'm really interested into this.
Okay, so as your pastor, Lynn, I would say
You can be my friend.
Go there.
My friend, you're supposed to be loyal.
You're
supposed to be on my side.
I'm always on your side. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please don't exterminate me. But I think that I would like go downstairs and just say, hey, listen, I know that we don't really talk to each other, but I felt really offended by what you did. I felt like it was out of proportion. But if we can put it all behind us, then maybe we can start talking to each other again and saying, hey.
I don't want to talk to him, though.
But
That's
the
not
whole
honest.
point. No. Okay. So what you don't want and what God wants, Lynn.
Well, if God wants it, he'll make it happen.
Passive aggressive behavior. Let me write that down. It's the first time I've ever seen it. No.
You see, I haven't read my Bible in a while.
Obviously not. Obviously, I'm such a good pastor that my congregation doesn't read the Bible or know what it says, and they just like, I just
wing it.
I just go by what I feel. Right now, I don't feel like talking to him because he's evil.
I was contemplating, like, okay, what would Jesus do? I was thinking, like,
You're thinking like Jesus would still ignore him.
I was thinking people would come to Jesus to ask for forgiveness.
So he should come to you and ask for forgiveness.
I guess.
Well, neighbor, if you're listening, because I know you always listen to Fika for Life, so you know what you are to do. Go upstairs and beg forgiveness of the Dragon Lady.
No, it's not even about that.
Oh, please, eternal Dragon Lady. I'm sorry if I offended you. Please forgive your humble servant. Okay, maybe I'll give it to her. Right, next time I'm going to just obliterate you.
I'm not a dragon lady.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good relationship with my neighbors that are opposite where we live, and also like those neighbors that are
the one that are diagonally also in the building
to where we live.
It's just
They are two
ladies.
ladies. Yeah, but they are. I have good relationships there, and we have a couple of neighbors on the yard that we are friends with. So I don't know who he friends with because he ain't talking to no one there. And he has never, and we have so many guests all the time coming and going. And I wonder, they never have anyone coming and going, ever.
Well, I think next time you have guests, you should
make them go downstairs.
Yeah, some of the guests should just go down there and hang out with them and just say, hey, we're just here because we know you guys have great parties. And
we
need some
heard
more
that
people.
you guys have no friends. So.
Exactly.
Sharing is caring.
You have a party, but no one comes. Like, we feel sorry for you. Oh, look, grandma with a bag of chips. Someone finally came. Oh.
No. They're just sad. I feel sorry for them.
I feel sorry for them, too.
Because they're my neighbors.
No, I just think they need help. I think we should just, I don't know.
Make them a GoFundMe page.
No, I remember like when I was a kid, we used to TP people, little toilet paper wrapped all around the house. Not saying you should do that, but if you need a couple of rolls of toilet paper, I've got extra at home.
Hey, I had so much revenge plans already. I'll put them on the shelf because I would say, that's not what Jesus would do.
But what are your revenge plans? Like, just give me one good one. One juicy one. Is there beheading in it?
No, they have the stupid premium cat that they always let out. I was like, could poison that one.
Wow.
Yeah. And then,
poison the cat. Okay, if their cat dies, now this is recorded, and the police are like, so then, did you mean to poison the cat?
No, they can't. If you don't have, you can't be taken by police if there's only like a suspect. If you're only a suspect, you have to have proof. You're innocent until proven guilty.
Wow. Doesn't work like that in the state. You're guilty until you can prove your innocence.
That's way harder.
We know you're bad.
But I think my favorite one was this. There's this shrimp paste that's really fermented and stinky.
Oh, wow.
And just like putting it on his balcony.
Wait. You should use shrimp paste and then add a little fish sauce to it.
Yeah. It's... And then when there's a nice summer day...
Wait, I'm not done. Then you take some surströmming juice. And you mix it all together. And then you just let it...
Sprinkle.
You just let it fall on his balcony, right on top of him when he's sunbathing.
No. No, it cannot be traced back to me. It has to be done by night. Nightfall. On his balcony. So in the morning he's like, hey, what's that smell? And you can't tell.
And
where would it...
What's that smell? He starts looking at his butt going like, I thought I washed this morning, but obviously not.
But he's one of your kind. You know why? Because he's a retired chef, apparently.
Oh, one of my people. Mm-hmm. Well.
then everything changes.
That changed. And now I'm back on his side. I'm sorry. The
only thing I smell from his cooking is garlic. So that's sad.
That's what we do to cover the smell, so no one can figure out what we're making.
It's the garlic. Just fry the garlic.
Fry garlic. And I got the real recipe here. No one sees me. I got the special ingredient. Thyme. Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, Lynn, I guess it's time to wrap this one up.
Mm-hmm.
All of you who are listening, why don't you give us your feedback about what you would do and how you would handle this situation, or maybe you just want to tell us how brilliant we are.
How you would get a revenge plan.
We'll approve the plans. And we only charge you like 100 crowns for it. Mm-hmm. So it's like $10. I mean, it's like nothing,
Thank you guys for listening.
Thanks everyone for listening to
Fika for Life. Thank you for listening. If you have any comments or ideas, please send us a message to fikaforlife@mail.com. Fika, F-I-K-A. This was the Fika for Life podcast with Linh Nguyen and Edward Thomas, and we hope to hear you again.